We are live. Hello, Jonas. Salam, salam, Ihwat. Got a special guest today, brother of mine. His name is Jonas Woldu, good friend, compatriot,
Yeah,
fellow
man.
All Might fighter.
Uh-huh.
Welcome, Jonas. How's it going?
Pretty good, man. How you doing? I'm glad we're on this show. This is gonna be a good show today, and let's just make it conversational and clear.
Okay, so let's do a conversation type show.
Yeah.
Let's get to Sharon, as we have a few viewers already on the way. Ihwat, ilkum is Ashir Gawarwa. We're going to discuss Rodas Mogos, Rodas Takhle again today.
Hmm.
Um, Now, before we begin, a few questions for you. Today's show is going to be in English. I know you and I rarely do English, and when we try to do Tigrina, sometimes our verbiage gets us in trouble because people misinterpret it. But you know how the people are. They,
Hey, but your Tigrinya is actually a lot better than mine, brother. So you're doing a good job. You keep at it.
I'm I'll venture to say that your
I'm gonna try
Tigrina,
to catch up. I'm gonna try to catch up with you though.
well, you're catching up because I noticed certain words like hafashawi, hawe, tamarin, taira, galamale. Like I'm
The
like,
half
okay,
shot.
this guy's,
Yeah,
you know what I
yeah,
mean?
it's getting there. Yeah.
I'll tell you what, today's show will be fun. But as far as like learning the Tigrinya language, uh, it takes a lot of practice.
Hmm.
Unfortunately for me and you, we just hear and speak. We just got to
Hmm.
get on the reading part. But
Hmm.
without further ado, let's go to our show. Today we'll discuss about Rodas Takhle, how he was arrested, and why he got arrested. But
Hmm.
first and foremost, is there anything you'd like to add before I start?
No, no, let's go over that because we're going to talk about that and how he got caught up and the importance of understanding what you say publicly matters. You can't just say whatever you want when, especially when it comes down to threats.
Okay, when you say what you say matters, what do you mean? And I learned that the hard way myself. Trust and
Mhm.
believe.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to go out there, like Rodas, for example, he literally threatened you and he threatened any Delati Fiti that would be protesting. And when you play it, people are going to hear it. People are going to see it. He spoke in both English and Tigrinya, and both of them was entertaining the way he was speaking. But it was a serious matter. That's the thing. We can't just laugh about it. But it was a
Yeah,
serious matter. But the
yeah,
way he was saying it made me kind of laugh a little bit.
yeah.
Go
I
watch it.
mean, it's his
Yeah,
voice and his delivery. All right, without further
his
ado,
delivery was on point.
yeah, unfortunately, let's get to it.
All right. Yeah, that's him right there.
Yeah, I don't know why it's getting.
This is United
Uh,
States. Is not Europe. No one fuck
uh-huh.
with my people. No one fuck with my nation. No one fuck with my dignity and respect.
Is the video even moving?
That's all I'll tell you.
Nah.
The last thing what I want to say,
Well, let me hear him, bro.
Captain Tigray, Dawit Captain Tigray. I know what your intention. I know what you're looking. You know me personally. I know you personally.
No.
You just looking for attention. Just trying to make money in other way because you have a felony. You are not eligible to get any type of job.
Okay, Jonas. So
Uh-huh.
let's dissect this video for a
Okay,
second.
okay, I got you. Let me go first. Let me go first.
Okay, okay, go ahead.
Okay, first, he was pretty much saying he's trying to stand up for his people, his dignity, his nation, right? And
Which is
then
America or Eritrea?
Eritrea. He's not talking about America. And then he went off to the defamation. He started defaming you. He started saying something about felony. You ain't got none. He started saying something about attention. Oh well. He started saying something about money, saying that you something you're doing something for money, which you're not. And so basically, that's falls in the category of defamation. That's what I got from that. Then the next one, he's talking about. Oh no, I already said that. That's it. That's what I got.
So why would anybody in their right mind assume that I have a felony? Like, for example, the whole world knows you can't join the United States military with a felony,
No,
right?
look. The other part is, did he say something about McDonald's?
Yeah, he said, I have a felony and I work at McDonald's and Burger
Uh,
King.
that's another lie right there. So it's like think about it. If you get these people, these like HGDEF supporters, this and that, who just say some random shit, think about why they do that. You know what I mean? Are they getting paid to do that? I don't know, but
Or
it's
was he
stupidity.
fed? Or was he fed? Or is he believing the Higdef propaganda that he's watching?
There you go. Yeah, he might be fed. Yeah, he might be fed some wrong information. That's probably what it is.
Okay. So the next question is, why is Captain Tigray supposed to be an insult? Is that an insult? What's the point of?
Oh,
So we're both Eritrean, right? He knows I'm Eritrean. You're Eritrean, but is that supposed to be some sort of insult? Like, is that supposed to be like a dig on Tagaru, or like I don't get it? What's the point of calling me? Okay, call me. You could call me Captain Botswana. What difference does it make?
for him, you got. I'm thinking from the perspective of a brainwashed individual. This is before Tsumdo, by the way. So all this drama was happening before Tsumdo. So who knows what he's thinking now? You know what I mean? Now they're probably cool with it.
Yeah,
But it was that brainwashing thing that happened to his life, and
I don't think
that's the stuff
I
that we have to deal with.
I don't think he's even involved in Tsimdo. I think he's involved in deportation.
Yeah, he definitely
I
involved in
don't think he's
Tsumdo.
thinking about Tigray or Eritrea at all right now. I think he's thinking to himself, "What have I done?"
Yeah, which is very unfortunate.
Let's continue. Listen to
Hmm.
our cold brother
Hmm.
from soap. Check it out. Now let's see what our brother Rodas has to say. What else does Rodas have to say?
Unless McDonald or Burger King or something part-time jobs. Otherwise, because you have felony. That's why. And you say you are United States soldier. You know what? Fuck you. There is no like you, stupid person. United States soldier. I'm a soldier. But you know what? You never hear me saying I'm a soldier. A real soldier. Watch me swallow. This is Rodas Moss. The Tachlaido. Captain Tigray.
Yes, sir.
Dawes. What Sabate. Captain Sabate. Ikha. Alkitan Kasolka. Katmusaka.
Okay, as we further dissect the situation, Jonas, how wait, few things he mentioned.
Mm.
Rodas Takhle. What did Takhlaido? He said, I am Rodas Takhle. What did Takhlaido? That's like me saying, Ane what did Shambale? Like, I don't know, whatever the hype behind that is, right?
Yeah, yeah.
He's laser focused. Obviously, he's trying to impress someone while he's speaking. And then he's
Mm.
also saying, as he's looking at the camera, I guess he was new to media or whatever. Yeah, and you could tell he was off a little, like
Mm.
mentally, because he would wear a cowboy hat. He would wear like FBI badges, CIA badges, right? In
Mhm.
USA. Now imagine someone who's against the USA, supporting the Eritrean government, but then turns around to be the CIA and FBI
Mm-hmm.
within America, right? So it negates what he. I don't think he grasps the concept because the Eritrean government usually is against the American government, right? But now he
Mm-hmm.
wants to be undercover FBI, whatever. I mean, we all know he was a security officer, unarmed, but at
Mm-hmm.
the end of the day, I don't think he understands. Anyways, what he was saying was
Mm-hmm.
he's gonna f me up, Captain Tigray. These are all insults. Called me homeless. Says I work at Burger King and McDonald's. He says I don't have the education. He says he will swallow me whole,
Mm-hmm.
not to mess with his country and his dignity. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
assuming his country and dignity he's speaking of is Eritrea. And if
Mm-hmm.
that's the case, why did he leave Eritrea? Why did he go to, I think it's Zimbabwe? And why did he get associated with human trafficking,
Mm-hmm.
so to speak, and then turn around, runs away from that African country, comes to America because
Mm-hmm.
of the crimes he committed in a different part of Africa, right? So ultimately, what he's telling you is don't mess with my dignity or my country. What country? What dignity? The country
Mm-hmm.
he left. He left it because he had no dignity in that country, right? So
Mm-hmm.
therefore, he made these threats. How do you perceive this individual, Jonas? Do you actually like? Do you think he's mentally okay?
No, in my opinion, I think he had a mental challenge, but I'm not no doctor to be saying somebody has a mental problem. But what he was saying didn't sound coherent, and sometimes when people are speaking from that much pride and that much ego, you just got to accept their craziness for what it is. But where it becomes a problem is when it comes to weapons and threats and so forth, because a lot of the people that kill people with weapons and so forth are literally the ones who are mentally uh, troubled, you know. And so when we see something like that, it's better to say something because we really don't know what we don't know. Granted, he might have been paid for what he did. Granted, he might have been encouraged for what he did, inspired for what he did. But what did he lose? I think he's a father of a few, and
Five
he had,
kids.
yeah,
Got
and he
five
had a good,
kids.
and obviously he has a better life in America than he would in the place where he left from. So it's an unfortunate situation, brother. It's just a very sad that people are encouraged to be threatening online.
Absolutely. You know what else I was thinking? Higdef has this ideology of use and throw. I know who sent him. I know how
Mm,
much he was paid. When Rodas got arrested, Rodas was going to spill the beans.
mm,
But they called him and threatened him and begged him and all that other stuff, right? Now, if the person who sent him to harm me, us,
mm.
doesn't back him in the end state, then they used and threw him away. That's what Higdef does. They use you and they throw you away. Really,
Oh
really sad.
yeah, Higdef enablers are being used. Remember, I said there was four reasons why Isaias is still in power. Fudhi, selfishness,
Fear.
Fudhi is fear, selfishness, uh, Ishinet, and then evil. He falls in the Ishinet and evil category for sure, guaranteed. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. But does he
Yeah.
think like, but does anyone think like if they come to hurt you and they broadcast they're going to hurt you, do they think people are going to sit and just wait? Like, I'm just going to be wait. Like, I'm some lamb that's just waiting. Oh my God, they're coming to get me. Like, is that how life works?
No, no, they're really thinking they can make you afraid. They're really thinking they can make other people afraid. That's literally their tactic. Their tactic is if they are afraid, then they're not going to protest. That's literally what it is. If like they'll tell people to stay silent when they see bad things in the air chair when people travel back and forth, they'll tell them to stay silent, don't say nothing. We even got a recording of them saying, what do they say? They said a diaspora person from here said to one of the charge of their fair guy, they said to him, why are you letting them go back and forth? We need to be clear on who can go back and who cannot go back. So they were trying to police on who goes back and forth, because all the negative information, the factual information, the stuff Ma'abel be talking about now, that he talks about now, that stuff was coming out. They're like, how do we stop from that happening? Go ahead.
We'll do a show on my bell later, but I'm like amazed how he's coming along. He's hitting HGDEF pretty hard. I'm like,
Oh
wow.
yeah,
But
shit.
it's pretty
Welcome,
amazing.
yeah, welcome to Justice Seekers camp.
Yeah. I mean, there's no choice. I mess him up. I know well, you just gotta watch him work. Make sure he's
Yeah,
working correctly.
yeah.
Let's continue with Rodas, and it gets pretty graphic, but viewer discretion is advised. If you're
Mm.
faint-hearted, and I suggest you don't watch this.
Sabating. You mess with the wrong people. You mess with my people. You mess with my nation. You mess with my dignity and respect. Go swallow. Actually, أخيبان دبرالنا برجعنا حاولوا أبا أمريكا قلقلك. بس قبل ذا لخان منتاي attention مركب. ود سبيتي attention مركبي. بس كسب هاي كوينكا. أنا روداس ود تخلاي سجاس واسجادك زرعي يدفع زرعي ناتي زرعي يدفع بس كسب هاي كوينكا. أكتب فيستيفال متى قدامي.
Okay, y'all ready for this?
يتولكا أنا ود شمود ود سبيتي. بهزبين خسان متها
Is it frozen?
ساقب ركنه.
Yeah, it's all good.
فجأة بيتي attention مركبي بس كسب هاي كوينكا. أنا روداس ود تخلاي سجاس واسجادك زرعي يدفع زرعي ناتي زرعي يدفع بس كسب هاي كوينكا. أكتب فيستيفال متى قدامي يتولكا أنا ود شمود.
See, hey, so when that gun came out, I knew it was over for him. You
Why
hear
do
me,
you say
Cap?
that? Why do you say
Look,
that?
man, he pulled out a weapon, and then he's directly attacking, threatening you, and then talking about the the event that's about to happen in Washington State, and so you're hearing this, you know what I mean, and then you're seeing the gun. That's illegal in the United States. You can't threaten nobody online with a weapon.
Well, you know what I believe, Jonas? I believe he was afraid. I
Hell yeah, he was
believe
afraid.
I believe most HGDEF are afraid. I believe, and I'm not saying I'm a tough guy. I'm just saying I know what I know and I know what I'm capable of. I
Hmm.
believe he knew if we met this, that would be his only option.
Mm.
You get it? That what he's
Hmm.
saying he's doing right now would be the because he knows I'm American. He knows you're American.
Hmm.
He knows if you come at us in the manner he's coming at us, something is gonna happen,
Well, yeah,
right?
we're gonna exercise our rights of defending ourselves.
Defense. Or
Yeah,
either
hundred
the
percent.
police are coming to get him or we're defending ourselves because we're not
Exactly,
just gonna sit there and allow anybody to hurt us, right? We got
exactly.
our amendments or our
Hmm.
amendment rights. So the way I look at it is either he's not intellectual enough to understand the capacity of what he's involving himself in, or he is really truly afraid.
Hmm.
And whoever is sending him to speak like this knows. And this was designed to thwart and stop all justice seekers from
Hmm.
going to the event. There was many who didn't come
Hmm.
because of the threats he made. So, even now, jigna just out to or YouTubers that say, yeah, he threatened me. No, 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 no. You didn't risk your life. How
Hmm.
do we know? How do we know how many of Rodas's were there? Do you remember the one young man
I
that
mean,
pulled?
there were people there that were trying to be violent with us. That they were
What
coming
about the
off.
young guy who pulled the gun out on us? There's a
Yep,
police report on that.
he was there. Yep, he was there. And then there was other guy who he had dreads or whatever, threw
Yeah,
his shirt off
yeah.
and
He wanted to
acting
fight,
like a
but
tough guy.
the guy who pulled the young guy who actually put the gun out on us in front of the police, that's the one
Mm-hmm.
that blew my mind. He was supposed to be arrested then,
Mm-hmm.
but the police didn't do that for some reason. There's a case number for that.
Mm-hmm.
So to me, you know what a valor thief is?
Mm-hmm.
A valor thief is someone who claims to be something that they're not, or claim to be somewhere that they weren't, and wants the accolades for it. There's a lot of that in the Habesha community,
Mm-hmm.
specifically with these YouTubers. Now, I'm not fond of that. Just call it for what it is. You weren't there. You were afraid. You didn't want to risk your life because you value yourself and your family more than the struggle. That's it. And that's okay. That's
Mm-hmm.
okay. But don't, I'm not with the whole trying to cover stories as if you were there and you're some hero. I've never seen you bust a grape in a food fight, but I've seen
the
you attack people that were frontline. You know what I mean? So
mhm.
you were afraid of Rodas Techle, not you, but these individuals.
Yeah, no, trust me, we handle him real good. Right out sickly. No, so now one of the things that he said in there, Cap, if you heard him, when people speak, I actually listen to what they're not saying versus what they're just saying. And he's saying that he's talking about respect and dignity and this and that. I really believe he's hurt. I really believe he's offended because we're over here advocating for justice, human rights, no genocide on Tigray, in the war. This is all during that time, 2023, whatever. And he doesn't like that. He's offended. He feels disrespected. You see what I'm saying? That's really the pain he's coming from. And this is where it comes to when we speak with the Eritrean communities, we have to understand what their actual grievance is. Because if we're on one side saying human rights, justice and democracy, inclusivity, this and that, and then they're on the other side saying they have grievance, we have to be able to hear the grievance. And then on their end, they have to hear our grievance too, right? Both sides have grievances. And so what I'm hearing is, if I were to be able to talk to him, I would say, why do you feel disrespected? Or why do you feel threatened? Those are the questions I would ask him. I don't know. I don't know what he would say, but anyways.
He called me twice, actually three times. And the first time he was like, "Hey man, I have no problems with you." And I was like, "Why are you calling me? You're not supposed to call me."
Mm,
The FBI and the police put a CPO on him, civilian protective order. I didn't. They did.
mm,
You know what I mean?
mm,
Um, Second time, he was kind of like copping a plea. The third time, he literally was like, "Hey, look, I have no issues with you." Basically, he didn't want me testifying against
mm,
him because I was getting called to the stand. And then eventually, he ended up copping a plea.
mm,
Eventually, when first and foremost, the Federal Bureau of Investigation, the federal government, FBI, will never take you to court unless they have 100% proof that they can win. They
mm,
almost, their percentile of winning has to be extremely high for them to take you to court. When he heard that, he was saying no, he was not guilty. But when they said, okay, Cappy's coming to testify, he changed his plea bargain. What do you think of that?
I mean, what else can you do, man? I mean, the video speaks for itself, you know? The what about who else did he threaten as well? Because I think there was another person you mentioned before.
Uh, I don't remember. Oh,
Yep.
Yodit Zelenaya show.
Yeah.
Yodit Zelenaya show. mm, he called her and said, "Look, I'm gonna." Or he actually called her show on a live, so she gave the information to the law enforcement to get this guy arrested, as well.
Mm-hmm.
Not arrested, but to add to the information.
Mm-hmm.
And I orchestrated that. And
Mm-hmm.
Yodit Tejokomaskanaiderli.
Mm-hmm.
Zahana Tawuts Ita Hagizabs. She helped. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um,
Now, imagine if we had the whole United States Eritrean community report HGDEF left to right for any kind of injustice, for any kind of threats, for any kind of transnational repression that they're doing. Imagine what would happen.
Oh, so the moral of the story is if you go through the judicial system, the same way HGDEF went through the judicial system against us, me, there's a win in this, right? If you're a true criminal and it could be proven, you're going to pay the price. If you didn't do
Mm-hmm.
anything wrong, if you notice during the Salam al Selfie, I was actually talking to some of the HGDEF youth saying, hey, we're not your enemies. We're not here to
Mm-hmm.
hurt you. We just want peace and freedom in Eritrea. And so, trying to help them understand I was not threatening. But in the same token, anyone that came to hurt us was dealt with swiftly,
Mm-hmm.
whether it was
Yeah.
cops or whatever.
The police was always watching our backs too, so that's why I
Mhm.
appreciate them out there. They was always watching our backs, and then what's crazy is they tried to while Rodas was doing his drama, they actually try to go after you and sue you and put all the blame and all the stuff that's going on globally all on you. And obviously that case got dismissed.
Well, they said that I was the ringleader for all Brigade Nahamuru globally. They said that I was in charge of Yakud, Bruch Matzai, Team Freedom, Brigade Nahamuru. And I was like, what? So
Hmm.
I told the judge, I said, I'm not a member of nothing other than Brigade.
And we were able to provide evidence to show that you weren't a member as well. So that's the truth right there. And the shameful part is Higdef is going to do what they got to do in order to find a way to just lie. That's what they do. And they have the whole Hizbi thinking that only one party, the only reason why Eritrea is Eritrea is because of one party. And that's a lie. Any entity that tells you there can only be one is a lying entity.
Facts. Uh,
Period.
I don't. I will tell you this though. Let's share more. Let's see what he says. See how he
Go for it.
finishes it.
Hmm.
Our brave, heroic Higdef brother.
ወትሰበይቲ ብህዝበን ክርስቲያን መፂኻ ክሳብ ገብራ
Oh, he's on mute. I think he's on mute, Cap.
ኣለኹ እስከ ሰብኣይ ኮንካ ዝኾነ ምልክት
He said he was in Seattle. Listen.
ኣብ ሲያትል ኣለኹ ብሳዕሲ ኣብቲ ፌስቲቫል
Yeah,
ዝግበረሉ
that's a lie. He wasn't in no Seattle, bro.
እስከ ሰብኣይ ኮንካ ዝኾነ ምልክት ወይ ዝኾነ ነገር ግበር ምሳኻ ዘለኒ ሽግር ፖለቲካ ይኮን ፐርሰናል ፐርሰናል ጀሚርኻን ፐርሰናል
Personal, honest, I felt it. I never met him.
I know.
ኣኺለ ክብለካ ኣብ ገፅካ ካብኡ ወስ እንተልካ ኻኒ ትሕቲ መዓንጥኻ ካር መሰል ኣለኒ ካብኡ ካፒቴን ትግራይ
That's the misuse of the word muscle, by the way.
ጀሚሩ ካፒቴን ትግራይ እግሩ ታምሽ
He said he gonna put me in a wheelchair.
You don't know who you're talking with. This is what the Takhlai in John Mason with the wrong person. And I said,
What did the lie?
Hey,
Okay.
look, man. Look, the fact that he used muscle in the wrong way is just is horrible.
Well, he's
He's
saying
saying,
he's saying he has a right. He has a right to hit me below the waist.
and that's the indication of the mental part, but at the same time, you have to take it seriously. You can't that's the thing. It's very sad what happened to him, but at the same time, anybody who makes a threat, you got to take them seriously
You know,
because you don't know what's going on through their mind. Put them in check.
Jonas, how wait? I'll tell you this. This is bittersweet. Let me tell
Mm,
you why. In one hand, you got a Higdef Baria
mm,
that's willing to hurt people, showing his gun, and he sent, and I know who sent him.
mhm.
On the other hand, he's an Eritrean brother that has 5 kids looking for the same freedom opportunities we came looking for. Do you see where it's bittersweet?
Very sad.
It hurts. It hurts.
Mm-hmm.
It hurts me to hurt him. When I
Mm-hmm.
say hurt him, not physically, but to go
But you
through this.
didn't. To be clear, Cat, we didn't do shit.
Yeah.
He did it to himself.
Oh well, no, you're right. You're right. But what I'm saying is,
Yeah.
at the end of the day, like we're working to preserve Eritreans. We're working to help Eritreans. We're working. You know what I mean? And a lot of
Mhm.
people, they'll be like, "Who cares? Not our business." Bariai, we don't care. But the way you and I are raised, the way you and I think, he's a dad. He's married. He's got 5 kids. His life is ruined.
Mm-hmm.
I put myself in his shoes. Maybe
Or
he doesn't have the intellectual capacity to grasp what's why this is happening because he was sent, and the people that used him to do this, the true culprits, they're the
Mhm.
dirtbags. They got the
Mhm.
money and the funding to make him do this, or maybe he needed the money. But at the end of the day, this is just another Eritrean whose life got ruined. That makes me sad.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah, no, I can understand. I can
Does that
understand
make
that.
sense
Mhm.
from another perspective?
The way I'm looking at it is back to those four reasons again. If people are afraid of HGDEF, that's why they're not saying nothing. That's why they're not advocating. That's a big deal, but it's understandable. If people are selfish, they just want to go back and forth for their own self interest. It is what it is. That's understandable. It's unfortunate, but it's understandable. And the third one, if they're Asha, I mean, we can help them with education. I get it. But the ones I'm going after are the evil ones. The ones coming out with the weapons, the one threatening people, the one that's doing transnational repression. Those are the ones I'm focused on. The less of those out there, the more courage people will have to be able to take it to the next level. And then we just focus on education, empowerment. That's going to handle the selfish folks and the Ishinet folks. Go ahead, Cap.
I ask you ايش عشا ابزغ عن انت يبلا لس كان اسمعيو
تياتر فستيفال عبيد بدأت نقشة علمي كبر سوشيال ميديا نجيو بتلافية إيرترا تنجلو جيزل ساعة هيجي إيو من بتكا أعزاء زبهقوا ميتشوتي إيرترا تنجلو جيزل ساعة هيجي إيو أمريكا برجعنا حمودينا زبه إسكاب نون سلام صرفك قبرسي إسكا نيشة دمتين يجيبه guess what أنتي خجات ماكم خانو خنقراكم ود تخلاي كي راكم بتقاهم كحالة في أخلو كل الكمي تنكس
About that, Cap.
كاني لكوت قبلكم يقرهم دك
Oh,
سبي
hell no. That's not good.
look
No,
Samuel
the spit.
I think Sammy's not understanding what's happening. Samuel Thomas gonna highway, you're not understanding what we're saying. We saying he ruined his life. Again, Bisankisus Goboros is not about sympathy. We telling you Ta'asirus, Tafaridus, Kusugogi Chab America, Mdokalana.
That's justice.
Period. Wala sorry, wala you can feel sorry for him. Bazay goodness, Sirahana Sarhinaina, Todia. Zaha Celesta Ahmed Kiria.
Mm.
أنا بحقي له كتله بحقي مش ببرت بحقي. Get to point ناتنا is يوم تمرت زي بلوم والحنت زي بلوم قال زي بلوم إذا هكذا في ساعات لهم يتقوم لهم على they're using them. حرا حنقول زي بلو يروحوا كي ديولو سغاني حرا إلها هيلو انت إذا قات ما يردوني is this up لنفسه نعنا بدانجر يتوانا الله لنفسه خاد دانجر يتولو مسمنيز قات مزلو قاي فلتني you don't know who you're dealing with. You
Mm-hmm.
don't know what's waiting. You got 1,000 protesters over there. You really believe They're all just gonna sit there and get tagged by, you know what I mean? One by
Could you
one.
imagine if he did try to spit? Okay,
It
that's
would have
crazy.
been all bad, bro. All bad.
Yeah, I can't see the comments cap, so I don't know what's being said. But as far as feeling bad for this situation, in my opinion, we have to have a heart. Justice also has mercy. Justice also has understanding. And he pleaded guilty for what he did, and now he's receiving the sentence for what it is.
Yeah, تفكر.
And yeah, but at the same time, whenever there's a injustice system, there's a plea, and then there's a sentencing. Those are two different things. If you understand what your crime is, you understand what the drama is, what the problem is, your sentences can be lightened, and sometimes you can get early release. There's things like that in this kind of
Yeah,
system.
but why do I have to feel good about this happening to him? Still
We're,
hurts
I,
me.
no, yeah, we don't feel good. What do you
That's
mean?
what I'm trying to explain to people. Like I don't feel this is technically not a win to me. That's why like I'm different, bro. I'm not like everybody else. I'm
Mm.
telling you what I'm feeling. This doesn't feel good to me. I don't feel proud that an Eritrean guy is arrested and deported.
No, no,
Like, this doesn't
but
feel good
Captain,
to
let
me.
me let me let me let me correct you on this one. Let me tell you why I feel good about what we did, and what's going on. The fact that victims have an outlet to handle transnational repression is a big deal for me. You see what I'm saying? That makes me feel good. The fact that if somebody says, "Hey, pay 2%," now you have outlet to go to. This guy's threatening me to pay 2%. Hey, don't go to this show. Don't go to that show. Now you have outlet. If they say, hey, if they start defaming you, now you have an outlet to go to, because foreign country, Bado Celeste, Bado Tashate, they can't be messing around with you from way over there. That doesn't make any sense. So that's the good part, that people have an outlet to go to.
Yeah, while we're at it, Yahwat, Abzin Lugum, I know there's not a lot of people. If you can, you guys been going over 20. Gal, I don't know how many on YouTube. I know Buza share Gwaru is he subscribe Gwaru not na YouTube. We're gonna have a open discussion comes Siona some scholars Haji. So subscribe Gwaru, Captain Eritrea YouTube, Trap Team. Um, Trap Team, but Captain Eritrea YouTube. Yeah, أنا زبلك على لغة يونس.
Mm,
أنا أسرح أنا أسرح. We're gonna do what we must do to stop
mm,
HGDEF. Period.
mm, mhm,
مدك العلامة نقص آتينا. There's nothing's gonna change. We're
mm,
gonna go the mile. But at the end of the day, still doesn't feel good. I'm not gonna lie to you and be like, I'm not here to prove to you how tough I am. I know my
mm,
capabilities. I know what I'm
mhm.
made of. I know what I've been through.
And
But
that's
if you
that,
think,
that's human. That's the humane part. That's a good thing, actually.
yeah, I'm not gonna pop a champagne bottles and celebrate because of someone's demise, but I'm gonna
Mhm.
continue to do my work. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I mean, but if you're, this guy had to be, um, this had to happen to him. The reason why, if he was willing to publicly display a weapon and
Mm.
act like he's going to be harming people, you had to get him off the streets. Otherwise, it would have been some sort of mass shooting or something. Who knows? You know what I mean?
The way I look at it is we save people's lives.
Exactly.
And that's how I look at it.
So read this to us.
I can't read it from here. It's too small.
No, I'm going to show it. Not yet.
Oh. Oh, okay.
Can you see this?
Ah, no, I can't see it. Sorry. It's too, my screen is too small. Yeah.
Okay, I'll read it to you guys. What this says, what says United States versus Tekle, order adopting the report and recommendation of the United States and magistrate judge granting the parties joint motion for a change of plea. This is when he plea bargain change when he changes plea bargain. Um, joint from let me see, accepting defendant's plea of guilty as charged and counts of one charged in count one of the information and for deferring the decision whether to accept the plea agreement. So the court, Kani, just because Harane I am guilty, the court still has to accept that. Until the sentencing hearing, the criminal case is before the court on the report and recommendation of the United States Magistrate Judge recommending that the court accept defendant's guilty plea. There being no objection, the court adopts the report recommendation in full. The parties joint motion to change the plea. Not guilty, now he's changing it to guilty, and that the court accepts defendant's plea of guilty as charged in court. One of the information which charges him with transmission in interstate commerce of any communication containing any threat to injure the person or another. Boom. Okay. So, Jonas Hawe, you were there on Hijizi Rodas, guilty I'm guilty as charged. Now he's having to deal with the consequences. There was a specific delayed fati, so-called delayed fati, who was recently doing the same thing, talking about cut their heads off, chop their heads off.
Oh yeah.
What is the difference between that and Rodas Takhle?
Man, he didn't say it in English. He didn't say it in English. That's the difference. Rodas spoke in English a little bit. No, but no, seriously.
You think that would have made a lot of difference?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying. You asked me what the difference was. A sword. No, not a sword. The fact the way he said it. Anyways, the bottom line is a threat is a threat. That's the moral of the story, and that's what can be dished out in here in the United States online, because there's rules online, you know, and a lot of people like to talk.
Share this to different pages. Check
this out, Cap. A lot of people think freedom of speech means you can say whatever the hell you want. You know what I mean? No. Freedom of speech means the government can't tell you what to say, how to say, but even the government has rules on what you can say and can't say, right? But when you say whatever the hell you want to know somebody else, they can also say whatever hell they want to you. The minute it gets to threatening, that's when the liability is gonna get popped off. That's where there's a probability of a liability happening.
Communicating a threat over interstate lines is an issue, but it doesn't. And it can be country to country. It makes no difference.
Oh yeah, it could be from the United States to Ethiopia. If you're talking crap to somebody in Ethiopia, that Ethiopian or that whoever is in Ethiopia can also file. Period.
So how does this empower the delayed fati? What have we learned from this? What is the learning lesson?
The power is in the hands of all the survivors. The power is in the hands of the courageous victim. The power is in their hands. They just need to know how to do it. Reach out to Team Freedom. We'll show you how to do it.
That part. I'm gonna show you another video when they couldn't decease me or unalive me, they got smart. And what did they do?
Go ahead and show the video. I got you.
They tried a different way to do it. G, let's go.
ليتك قطر سب دفرارح دلو نعو حمسة سب سش قرشين داغورو حمسة لو يرات كيرو بسبب ده حمسة خصن ده كيرو بس بسبب كسرح كمان هيك وانا ادخل كده بيت فرد الداخلي.
Listen to this guy.
نعو حمسة سب سش قرشين داغورو حمسة لو يرات كيرو بسبب ده حمسة خصن ده كيرو بس بسبب كسرح كمان هيك وانا ادخل كده بيت فرد الداخلي كملس አለው እዛ ዓዲ ንኽትከስስ ብዙሕ ገንዘብን አይወስድን ንኽትከስስ እቲ መላሳይ ግን ተባዓ ሕክባለሁ እንጂ ንሕና ከም ህዝቢ መጠን እንታይ ኢና ክንገብር ዘለና ዳኪመንት ክንገብር ኣለና ኩሉ
Okay, Yoni. ሕጂ እዚ ቢርመን ገለ ዝበሃል እንድዩ إذا سبعي after embassy comes يصرح مسبعت صوفيا تسفى مريم is the ambassador on charge the affairs برهانه. Sorry, أنا ambassador خبري خدني because he's not. حجي
He's in charge of the affair. Yeah.
ambassador I told heaven بحجي I told heaven إسايس ambassador I بوني charge the affairs again تحت ambassador سلوز هونه comes limited highly سلوز law حجي إذا بيترمن زبهال كاب قرم نفطينا ما جمرتها رخبة خلنا إذا سبعي إذا كما يرسو ملات تدارو دك انشتيو كعمس نورمالي يقبل قال ما ليز من
he definitely has hatred towards Tagaru.
We removed his book from Amazon. I remember that. Mr. Garo Hoina, not to from Amazon. We removed it. We told him continue. You will see what happens. You'll see the power of the delayed fatigue. And then he shows up talking about we need to keep Cappy in court, keep him sued, totally destroy him financially. In this, I'll be honest with you, it could work if you don't have a strong.
Hell no, it can't work, Cap. Hold on, man, it can't work. Let me tell you why.
Let me.
He just admitted to transnational repression. Just so you know.
No. Let me tell you how it could work. If you're T.R.A.P and you have no support.
Oh, okay.
You're on your own. They can financially bankrupt you. It's possible they can financially bankrupt you.
Yeah. I see your point on that part.
Yeah, because if you got a family, kids, on this end you're fighting HGDEF. On this end, your house is getting broken in, or people knocking on your door. On this end, your car is broken into 3-4 times. There's a court order for you to have your leg monitoring system and your weapons to be turned in if you own any image. And these guys know that. So they send thugs to harass you. But you have your kids or your family, and you don't know what the severity of the problem or situation is. Therefore, you move. You move again. Then you call the police. Your car gets broken into. You're harassed. They call your job. But in Washington, let's say you move twice, right? $3,000 for rent and then $3,000 for deposit. That's $6,000 in one move, right? Okay. Then you got the Penske moving company, Galamele, all your
look. The guy said
but hear me out. But you're looking. So then, if you move twice, you're looking at almost $15,000 just a moving. Now, on the top of that, you got the lawyer and everything else, the interpreter and everything else you pay, Mish. So, just to defend yourself, you're not gonna get away without at least paying 15,000 to 25,000 range, right, to defend yourself.
I know, but hear me out, Cap. The main point is that's transnational repression. He's given a strategy. He's given a strategy on how to use the legal system here in the United States to go after advocates. See what I'm saying? So my point is, people need to get smart. Ask themselves when they go to church, are they being victimized at church by HGDEF? When they go to events, are they being victimized by HGDEF? When people are forcing you to give money to do this and do this, is the money being misused by HGDEF? There's so many ways to go after HGDEF is what I'm trying to get at.
The reason why most Eritreans are silent is because they don't want to be in the front to deal with this. It's easy for someone like you and I to go to the front, get attacked, get sued, do the fighting and everything else, right? But when you no longer align with their views, then they all turn against you. Think about that. When you no longer align with someone's views, and they all turn against you, and you're like, wait a minute, I was the one struggling day and night, really going through it, trying to, in a dark place. Now that I don't agree with you, now you're against me. No, shouldn't be like that. At that time frame, you did whatever you had to do to defeat HGDEF, right? That was the whole point of that. So I think.
But hold on, that's actually a learning lesson. So when somebody says Isaias is the only enemy, do you think that's enough to be united and go fight? Nah. You have to have more than that. You have to have a real vision. So the most clearest vision I can think of is rule and law, liberty, justice. That's the only thing I can think that can unite Eritreans. If anybody who's Eritrean says they don't believe in that, Shit, I don't even want to deal with them.
Well, I mean, our uniting factor would be regime change or change of structure in Eritrea and everything else, right?
Yeah, that's
And it, sh-
one. That's
and
one
it,
element.
and it should be by any means necessary to an extent.
Okay. All
To an
right.
extent.
Let's say it's any means necessary now. Okay. Does that mean that you commit injustice in order to get justice?
No, and that's where the problem is.
That's any
You
means
have-
necessary.
no, you're right. But here's where the issue lies, right?
Okay.
We can all unite and work together, remove the regime and change the regime.
Uh-huh.
But the problem is, one, our communication and ego has to die first and foremost. Secondly, our communication has to be clear and what our
Mhm.
goals are. If I'm moving this way and you're moving that way, we're not gonna, we're gonna kind of we're gonna go against each other. It's not gonna work. Once
Mhm.
our communication is clear, then what we can do is sit at a table and figure it out. But then if you start oppressing me, is I'm trying to move towards that goal myself, then you're no better than the individual that I'm trying to take down. You are
Okay,
now
hold on.
becoming an
Hear
oppressor
me out.
yourself.
Yeah. So hear me out. So both of you want to get rid of the dictator, right? But one of you want to slow the other ones down through infringement or whatever, oppression or whatever, right? But both of you had the same goal originally, but infringement happened. Do you see the problem? So that means your goal has to shift. So what's your goal? Our goal is to protect each other's rights because PFDJ cannot exist in a society that has justice. PFDJ like-minded people cannot exist in a society that have justice. So if your alama is the same for justice, then everything else is going to work out. That's what I'm trying to get at. And the evidence is the current reality is the evidence of my point.
So there's a lot of people who, for example, our brothers in Ethiopia, a lot of people think like I'm wholeheartedly against them. No, that's not how it is. All I'm asking is for structure, bylaws, SOP, standard operating procedures, and accountability. Nothing
Period.
more. So
Exactly. Simple.
if I go down to assist, maybe I believe in the cause. I just want to know what we're doing, how we're doing it. If you're telling me just execute, that's not going to work.
Mm-hmm.
That's definitely not going to work. I can't just execute. I need to know what we're doing. Because if you want me to utilize my expertise to assist your goal, I need to ensure that my expertise are not going to be utilized for the wrong reasons, i.e., hurt our own brothers, that kind of thing, or maybe accidentally put innocent people in harm's. It's just regular Geneva Convention Code of Conduct engagement is all I'm asking for. I'm asking for
Yeah,
much.
exactly. So here's my thing on that, Cap. For me, I measure people by their actions and then also by their communication and ultimately by their integrity. That's the only way you can measure anybody. Do you give room for corrections? Yeah, absolutely. You give room for corrections, but sometimes you just gotta be clear. If people are not there for your rights when you're like when you're down and your time in need and people are not there, don't they're not there. Why would you even want to work with them? See what I'm saying?
I kind of have a different perspective. I never forget those who helped me. I'm trying to be
Exactly.
as respectful. I never, because when I was down, if you help me, then I'm with you. I'm with you. I just need to communicate better with you. That's it. I'm not,
Yeah,
I only
that's
have
fair.
one. To me, I only have one enemy. I only have one enemy. And that
Yeah.
enemy resides in Eritrea, and that's the Eritrean government. I have no other enemies on this earth. That is
Well,
my
they
only sole enemy and goal.
well you better than
And I,
me,
can,
Cap.
and I can work with anyone to achieve that goal. You know what I mean?
But Cap, you better than me because I have a whole lot of enemies. That's anybody who commits injustice. Period. Because then
Well,
I'm 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 able to see who my allies are and who my adversaries are. You see what I'm saying? Because I don't trust nobody unless you give me a reason to trust you. Period. Because how else are you going to protect yourself? That's how I look at it. You have to have it. People that you deal with, we have to have integrity. You have to have they have to have the desire to protect your rights the same way you have desire to protect their rights. That's what create the solidarity. See what I'm saying? Could you
mhm.
imagine protecting somebody and then they over here backstab you? Nah, I'm good on that.
I'm kind of familiar with the.
You're familiar with that?
Yeah, I'm familiar with a lot of things, but
Yeah.
won't
Yeah.
speak about it here.
Yeah. Yeah. I got you.
I'll tell you this though. I'm gonna show you
Yeah.
a picture. I don't want you to speak on it.
All right.
I just want you to notice it.
Okay.
See that?
I can barely see it. Can you describe who it is? Who's on the left and who's on the right?
That's the size 40.
Okay. I can't see the
I
smaller
wonder
guy.
why. Can we enlarge the screen somehow?
Yeah.
Let me see.
Let me see if I can do it on my screen.
How about now?
Oh, that he looked familiar. Who's that guy? You don't want me to say his name? Okay, I'm not gonna say his name.
Well, I don't care. You can say his name if you want. I don't give it. I don't care. Well, it's America. As long as you don't say nothing bad or threaten him.
No, I don't know who it is. I can't see it.
That is Samuel Will DeMichael from Seattle. That's the
Oh
guy.
yeah. Oh my gosh.
Let me see
Okay.
if I
Yeah.
can. Let me see if I can enlarge this. Give me 1 sec. Continue
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
talk.
Nah, I mean, these people over here, they claim that they're Americans going back and forth to the dictator who's sanctioned tells a lot.
That clear?
No, I can see it. You
That
good? Yeah,
clear?
yeah.
So my point is, we are now in times of Donald J. Trump, and Donald J. Trump does not seem to be much supportive of that president
Mm-hmm.
or dictator,
Mm-hmm.
and that individual standing with him has free range to edit and goes back and forth to Eritrea and hangs out with all the generals
Mm-hmm.
and Isaias Forki. That individual also knows Rodas Takhle.
Mm-hmm.
I'll leave it at that.
Mm-hmm.
Now, do I know this individual personally? Probably we've never spoken. I don't think we ever spoken.
Mm-hmm.
I've spoken to people he's related to by accident. I didn't know who they were. I was at a hazin and somebody spoke to me. I was like, oh, wow. And they told me who they were. Um, I just want people to know. And what's crazy is some of the delayed fiti still talk to him like he's their friend or something. It doesn't make sense to me. Like he's a friend of some delayed fiti that claim to be part of our brigade or blue. It's mind-boggling to me.
Yeah, that's the intertwine, that's the entanglement that Eritrea is in. And that's the part about the Masal Mahalla. So, like for example, HGDEF, they protect their own Masa, the top-notch HGDEF. They got Hidri Trust Corporation, Hidri Trust Red Sea Trade Corporation. They got PFDJ. They all protect their rights at the very top, probably through blackmail, this and that. But it's just a very unfortunate situation. But
They
I think, go ahead.
go ahead,
No,
finish
no,
up.
okay. I honestly think that if we can do that mindset, if we can shift our mindset and go after the people who commit transnational repression, uh, دليتي فتي كحيليو, and then حقدف نبعلوك فرسيو. That's the shift.
Yeah, I think you got a bad connect. Yeah, I heard you. The shift. Okay, so they say this guy was ex ELF and knew some of the old ELF fighters. That's what's mind-boggling. And then
Worse.
now, I mean, that's what they say. Me, I think he
Well,
probably didn't have his heart all the way in it. And maybe I'm not one to judge him. I mean,
think about it. Even Isaias Afwerki was ex ELF.
exactly.
Yeah.
What does that indicate?
Shit. People just shift, and then once they get in a position of power, they try to take over, and they weren't fighting for a muscle. They were fighting for whatever, their own agenda. That's what it indicates. It
Or join
indicates what's going on right now.
or
People
join
are
the ELF or join the ELF to
split it up.
sabotage sent
Hmm.
by how convenient how close him and Isaias are. How convenient how him and General Filipos are. It's really convenient how when people go to Eritrea, they get arrested, especially people from Seattle,
Hmm.
and they get interrogated.
Hmm.
It's not rocket scientist work. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Now, now, if he's what's the proper terminology? With a foreign entity, foreign government, he's I wouldn't
Foreign
say
agent. Foreign agent.
entangled, not entangled. What's the word I'm looking for? When you're in bed with something, but there's a proper terminology for it.
Shit, conspiracy.
Coerced. I don't know. I don't know what to call it, but he's got real close ties to the Eritrean government.
Oh yeah, he's
I
definitely.
wonder. I wonder how that benefits the United States, especially if he's a United States citizen. Hmm.
It doesn't. That's damn near treason, if you ask me. In my opinion,
Say again.
I call it treason. In my opinion.
That's an opinion, but you know
Hmm.
what? At the end of the day, the Department of Justice needs to see you. They can have 100 lawyers with 100 laptops to silence us from speaking our minds, but we have freedom of speech as long as we're not threatening anyone. As long, and I'm put this on record. We're not threatening anyone.
Nah,
We're
not at
just
all.
expressing our opinions. We have a
Hmm.
right as American citizens, especially myself, who's fought for America as a United States soldier. I have a
Hmm.
right to express myself 50 different ways. 100 lawyers, 100 laptops cannot stop me from expressing myself.
Nope.
An assassination attempt, I don't know who sent that guy. At the end of the
Hmm.
day, that's not going to stop me either.
Hmm.
I'm allowed to speak what I feel is in my heart.
Hmm.
And I think some people are, palling around with foreign dictators. And my personal opinion and belief should be held accountable. And I think that Department of Justice, the DOJ, and the Trump administration probably is not aware of this.
Nope.
It's just my personal opinion.
They are now. Yeah,
Well, they are now. So,
they are now.
and I'm sure I'm monitored by you know, HGDEF. HGDEF wants to hurt me bad. But the
Hmm.
problem is, I'm really American, and I'm
Hmm.
monitored by the American government, right? The American
Hmm.
government monitors me
Hmm.
24 hours a day. They
Hmm.
monitor.
Hmm.
So it's a double-edged sword. You're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. That's the
No,
only
I
thing I
think
can say.
the main point, Captain, that I want you to help me get across is delay T15 needs to stand up for their rights and report HGDEF on a national basis. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. If you're being victimized in any way, if you feel uncomfortable in any way, if you feel any kind of fear in any way from any HGDEF, any individual, that individual can literally be sanctioned if you can prove that they are literally the one who is raising money on behalf of HGDEF. You can get them caught up. Why not?
Well, to end this, I'm going to share one more. Actually, that's enough for us. Let's just end
Yeah,
it here. But I'll tell you
yeah,
this. Okay, Jonas, Howie, it was a great session. I like these
yeah.
kind of discussions, relaxed, not an interview, it's just an open discussion. Uh, what lessons have you learned from this Road Astakhla situation? What would you say we can learn from this?
The main thing is anybody who makes any threats online, report them. If you're delayed 50, don't make threats online. If you're HGDEF, you can do whatever the hell you want because we're gonna report you. So keep talking your shit, and then we're gonna report you. Um, that's the main lesson, and then that's it. Just stand up for your rights, assert your rights, and fight against transnational repression.
Yeah,
That's
you're
the biggest
breaking up
lesson I can
now.
think.
I think
Oh,
your
sorry.
internet connection's going bad.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
It's either mine or yours.
Go. It's mine. Go.
Is it mine or yours?
Mine.
It's mine?
It's mine. But go.
Yeah.
Can you
Is
hear
it
me now?
mine? Yeah, I can hear you now.
No. I just made my point. My main thing is just have
It's weird.
people
All of a sudden, towards the end,
even now.
I'm losing you now. I don't
Okay.
know why.
All right. Go ahead.
Are you good? I can see you now.
All right. So no. Bottom line is focus for Delay 50. Focus on reporting all the transnational repression acts. That's it. That's the main focus.
Yeah. Oh, that's mine's going in and out too. Yeah. So I see that. So yeah, I mean the learning lesson for me would be careful what you say, be careful what you do. You should be extremely diligent when moving around. have a protection plan, inspect your vehicles, inspect your houses, have cameras, be prepared for any type of emergency situations, be prepared for lawsuits and everything else that come your way if you're going to join the struggle. But lastly, struggle, man, this thing's going in and out. In our struggle, I got to hurry it up. In our struggle, we are fighting for the Eritrean people. That is our primary focus. All the other side hustles and gigs and agendas that people bring into our struggle, I don't buy into that. For me, is to change the regime in Eritrea with democracy. That's it. Rule of law, right? I'm not trying to play into nobody else's agendas of what trying to be Abai Ethiopia, and all that means nothing to me. I'm laser focused on the size work in HGDEF. That's it. Everything else is a waste of time and some sort of scheme to me. And yeah, and Joe Noguse, can't believe he doesn't even speak about this kind of stuff.
No, Joe Nugent says cool, man. I'm telling you, he's cool.
Is he?
Yeah, he's cool. Trust me, he's cool.
Oh well, I've got to make.
He came out. We spoke, said hello, and then he's cool. Trust me, he didn't even have to come out.
So then, how come he doesn't stand up against these thugs?
We can talk to him about it.
Fair enough. Let's give him a chance. I will ask him. But I've been hitting him hard because I don't.
No, he's. I'm telling you, man, he's the real deal.
I've not seen him take any action from against HGDEF. You can't. I can only go off his actions.
Okay.
And I'll challenge you. Next time, we'll hold Joe Noguchi as a topic on our next show. And I'm going
to... Did it freeze?
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm going to challenge you on Joe Noguchi. And if you can...
That's fine. Hey, I'm going to stand up for Joe Noguchi. That's my guy right there.
If you can convince me, then we'll see. But right now, I'm lazy.
He's probably the most talented congressperson in the whole Congress right now.
And he's a Democrat.
But
he's never spoke against HGDEF.
He did on human right policy, but not he. Look, I'm telling you, he never advocated the way we did. I've never seen him, but he did talk about human rights.
Come on, Jonas, we got to stop the cat. You might know.
I'm just telling you, man. I'm just telling you.
He might be cool, but right now, I've never seen him say "down, dictator" or my Eritrean people need help.
How about this? Next time we go to DC, I'll try to set up a meeting where we all meet.
Do that if he's willing. I'm willing to ask him.
I'm pretty sure he will. Yeah,
because I'm not buying it. I've got to hear him from his mouth and then his action. You know what I mean?
He will. He'll tell you.
I appreciate it. It was fun, man. We had fun.
All right, thank you, brother.
Hard talk. Thank you, brother.
Yep.
Ciao. Okay, Yahwat. I hope you guys enjoyed today's show. I have my brother Jonas Wildu. See, like I said, there's a lot of things we agree on. A few minor things we don't agree on, and it's okay. We both have the same goal. But Jonas is smart, talented, and he doesn't rest. Jonas fights every day for the rights of Eritreans, and I appreciate that. Next time, Abil, Mahari, anybody else wants to come up here, we could do the hard talk challenge too. Much love, Cappy. Rodas Techle. I hope you learned a valuable lesson, man. This is America, not Africa. Have a good one, bro. God have mercy on you.